it's Tammy, and we are going to be going over our expenses and debt for mid-month. Alright, so first I want to start off with getting the expenses for this week away. Just trying to get the weeks back in order. And if you don't know, I started this book whenever we had 5 weeks, so that's why it's like a week behind. Or we'll hit the next month sooner than usual. But let me put this in here before I forget. I did get groceries. Let's put that over here. And, oh, not October. It was November 3rd. And it was, I don't know if you can see that, $374 worth of groceries. I'm hoping that's going to get us to 2 weeks. We have extra meat as well. So hopefully that will be the biggest bundle that we need for the month. And then with just regular expenses, this went on the credit card, but I also received some money from my brother because my birthday's tomorrow, so I already put that in the bank and I paid everything off that I put on the credit card, which is what I've been trying to do for months on end, and we're finally getting to that point where we can actually do that. But the expenses, the total was 106. We'll round up to 106 because that's what the payment was. The payment that I made back on the credit card was. But it was for toilet paper. Dryer sheets. What else was there? Shampoo, wipes, etc. Okay, so it was $106 worth of stuff, and let me tell you, okay, typically I would do a delivery order for something so big whenever I don't have anybody else home to help me with it, and I didn't have anybody else home, but we also didn't have any food in the house. So I was like, okay, do I want to get delivery? Because I have this toddler here. Kieran, he's going to be 2 on the 29th of this month. So surely, you know by that, he could be a handful, especially bringing groceries in and out. And I also have 16 steps to get up to my apartment. So I decided I'm going to pick up. I did not do the delivery because the delivery with such a high order, it would have been expensive. Like 15% was going to be $46, and I was like, I'm not paying that much for somebody else to do it. So we picked up, and I managed to get it all put away by myself, and you know, did what I had to do, and I got it done. So that was a definite feat because typically I wouldn't even bother. But I just put Kieran in the crib, and I was like, you just chill out, you watch your shows, I'm gonna take care of this. Another thing is we had a lot of appointments this week. I see my primary care doctor, and I mentioned in my last video that I was gonna go see my primary care doctor and get referred back to my cardiologist. Well, there was apparently an appointment set for August this year, and nobody notified me, and I guess it was set the last time I was in the cardiologist's office the year prior, but nobody notified me of that appointment. I didn't get any reminders, so I'm gonna have to call and set up an appointment for that. They also scheduled me an ultrasound just because my pelvis, I've been having a lot of pain lately. So I have a doctor that's taking my concerns serious. I really appreciate this doctor. If you don't know, I've been experiencing so many health problems this year. And I believe a lot of it's just my body trying to get back to normal after having a baby, a third baby. But pretty much the doctor was like, well, it could be that my bladder is like just not like it used to be. And I am only 27. Tomorrow I'll actually be 28. So tomorrow I'll be 28. And he was like, it doesn't really matter your age because you've had 3 pregnancies, and 3 pregnancies is a lot on a female's body. And so we're just checking up on everything. Hopefully everything comes back fine, but I go in 2 days for that. So just send me your prayers, and yeah, let's get back into this part of the video. Sorry, I just went on a little tangent, just updating you guys on what's been going on in my life. Okay, so we added this total, but we also paid it right off after. Okay, and then minus the 106 is going to go back down to the same, but of course there is a little difference in it because of the actual cents, because this one's not totaled out to the 106. I hope that makes sense, but yeah, there's just a little bit of difference, if any, in these numbers here. So that takes care of that credit card. I haven't paid anything else towards these other ones yet. And let's get into the debt part. Bow water is always the first that I pay. And we got that paid the other day. So I put the full $190 instead of them just sending me $1 back. Okay. Now, the interest was $38.95 for this, and the new total is $6,627.71. Still a lot, but a lot less than last year when we first got the loan. It was $9,000, close to that last year. All right. So these 2 loans are for getting my van fixed whenever the transmission went out and some other things. But $4,347.93, and then $3,116. And I just want to see how much that is total because it is to the same place. So that's $7,463.93 to one place. They actually sent me a live check. These 2 loans are in my mother's name. And I tell you what, I've been struggling to, like, typically I would just rip up the live check. Be like, nope, no temptation here. Just gonna rip it up, go about my business. But I have a few from different places as well. But this one, I'm like, the only thing stopping me is I don't have any proof of income. I could have Chris and my mother sign that they pay me a certain amount, but I really don't know what I want to do. Like, if I get that, where would I put the money? It would have to be like a safety net kind of thing. And I'm also like, well, if this money is available now, it will be available next year whenever I might need it for Blaine's braces. Another thing is on here, I don't want to like up my debt by $3,000. I've been doing good this year. But, you know, we struggle. And I haven't been able to save any money back towards what's going to have to go towards Blaine's braces next year. That is probably my biggest concern. Is that I'm just not able to get to that point. And we have these credit card payments, which I pay $225 a month towards a credit card with just the payments. That's not paying back for expenses that I put on the credit cards. That is just for the payments of it. So I was like, well, I could get this loan for $164. That would save me, how much would that be? $225 minus $164. That would save me $61, which is not a lot, but I don't know what I want to do. And I know you guys are probably like, girl, don't do it. Don't do it. But I'm also like, it would help me around this time of year. We're, you know, having to spend money on groceries out of pocket as well. And we have Karen's birthday coming up, which we're going to do a Thanksgiving, just a whole, like, I guess a Friendsgiving, have family and friends come over. We're probably going to do it the weekend after Thanksgiving, but I want to be able to afford to buy the foods to get that done. And, you know, we got the Christmas coming up, which, you know, I'm saving up my change, and I got my rewards points that I'm going to put towards Christmas. I'm also thinking about just doing the rescue squad. If you make under a certain amount, you can qualify to get, to use the rescue squad. I think churches sponsor it, and I did that a few years ago, whenever I was serving at a different place, not at Cracker Barrel, but it was before I was pregnant with Kieran, and we got 3 large garbage bags full of toys and clothes and everything for the kids. So I thought about doing that if they offer it this year. I am still unsure about that, but I don't know. I just feel like I would feel safer with that safety net, but another thing is I would probably be more scared because that's adding to our monthly bills. But I didn't rush and get it, so we're at least good there. I did not start filling out this next month yet. Let's go here and just look at what we have. Everything is paid up except for these subscriptions. Of course, that's going to just be a little bit at a time, but I do want to kind of keep up with what the balance is there in the bank. So we put in the 80 for subscriptions, and Spotify has came out, and it went up to $13 from $11. And then we have not had another one come out yet, but I do need to make a list. So let me do that real quick, just so I can see. So Rent Report is going to come out tomorrow. That's $5. Netflix, I do not know the new Netflix cost. But I've heard that everybody's is going up. So I'm just going to leave that blank for now. Google, $4. Canva, $13. Disney, $15. And then Viki, $9. Okay, so pretty much we got one figured out. I did get my rent paid on time. She took it out on the 1st, so I don't have any late fees. I was so excited, which they don't do late fees here until you're 5 days past due, but the biggest thing was I didn't know about Rent Report, if it was going to count against me if they did it later. So I'm just glad that that got done. No, it's already Sunday, so we're not spending any more this week. So this is $153.33. Let me see if I have a monthly sheet on this side yet. I don't think I do. I'm going to have to print off more monthly sheets, the monthly recaps. But I'll probably do that later. And then next go around, we have these credit card payments and the light bill. And I've said before that these credit card payments, I don't have to pay that big of an amount, but I like to, just to try to get the balance down lower. But if I had to, I could pay. Amazon is like $62 a month, and then Walmart would be less than $30, and then we have Capital One, that's like $28. So I just really don't know. It's the temptation. You're trying to get me to deposit that money. I'm just worried that I'm going to put the money in the bank because they're live checks. You get approved immediately. But I feel like they're going to be like, we're going to take this money back because you don't have an actual employer. I don't know if that would actually happen or not. But it's just a fear of mine. And maybe it's a good fear to have. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I know y'all are going to be like, girl, don't do it if you don't need it, don't do it. I'm like, the what ifs. That's what gets me, is I have so many, like, I need my oil changed, and I need to go get my transmission oil, the fluid checked on the van to make sure that my transmission doesn't blow up again, and you can only take it to certain places, and it's like, what if something does happen? Okay, I'll stop rambling. But that is all for today. I just wanted to get caught up with that on camera. And I don't have any cash left in here, I believe. Let me just double check. I don't think I do. Yeah, no. Everything's paid. And no cash left. And that is it for today. Thank you for watching my video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.